I believe in miracles? Absolutely. Do I believe in miracle drugs? Not so much. Do I believe in a miracle weed? Absolutely. I'm making this video to share my story. I'm not really sure how it's going to be perceived, but for the one woman out there that this will help, um, I'm making this video, and I hope that there's someone out there who is helped by it. I am at a point in my life where I have two things that contribute to heavy bleeding during my monthly period. One is fibroid tumors, and the other one is a premenopausal. My last period was incredibly heavy, and initially I wasn't really concerned. It was so bad, in fact, that for the duration of my period, which I guess it ended up being about 9 days or so, I bled through about 80 tampons, and I was using those super long maxi pads in addition to that. Um, it gotten so bad I was using two super plus tampons at a time. I would walk from um, upstairs in the bathroom to downstairs. I'd be down there about 3 minutes and have to dash back up, and I was just ruining everything. Initially, I wasn't as concerned because I thought, okay, well, maybe my body is just getting rid of this in 2 or 3 days. Um, and I thought, oh, I can't last forever. But it got to the point where I got so weak I was just in the bed, and all I was doing was going to the bathroom and going back to bed. And I was just really weak. My husband was concerned that I was going to have a blood transfusion. Years ago, my doctor talked to me about getting a hysterectomy. And I do want to make this disclaimer. This is absolutely not medical advice. I'm sharing my story. Please see your doctor before even considering anything. But I know years ago I was told that I needed a hysterectomy, or at least it was advisable, because for my body size, I was bleeding entirely too much. But at that point, I wasn't bleeding like this. And at the time, I could not, as a single parent, afford to take the 6 weeks off to get a hysterectomy. Um, and at this point, about every 7 minutes, I was bleeding through the Super Plus tampons plus this super long maxi pad. And it just got to the point that at some point I got so tired of the routine that I actually sat on the toilet to finish my hair up because I couldn't get anything done, and I just sat there and just let my body discharge. And it was such a strong discharge that it was about every 7 minutes it would, well, my body would release clots that were about palm size. And it was just like after the clots would come out, it was like someone was throwing water out of my body. The blood was coming out that much. Um, I guess around the 6th or 7th day, I really started to get concerned, and I went on the internet to look for natural remedies for heavy bleeding. And I ran into this little weed, and we've all seen it. It's called shepherd's purse. And I thought, after reading some of the women's testimonies, I thought, oh, I'll give this a try. I gave it a try. Within 24 hours, my period went from just to a regular heavy kind of day, and I was bleeding through maybe one tampon an hour. Within 24 hours, I was there. The next 24 hours, within the next, I guess, 24 to 48 hours, it had stopped completely. Um, I can't say enough about the transformation that little, and you can get it on the internet. It's about $11. Well, it was about $11 at my local health food store. And out of all of the ones that I checked, I can only find it at one. So I'm saying, for me, that shepherd's purse has been an absolute miracle. It has just absolutely transformed my life. I was weak. Um, like I said, I was almost just confined to the bed, besides getting up and going to the restroom. One of the things that I did, because I was so dizzy upon standing and all of that stuff, is I started taking multivitamins to make sure I was getting enough iron. And one of the things that you may not want to do is take aspirin products if you are bleeding heavily, because aspirin is a blood thinner. But guys, I just want to say, for me personally, Shepherd's purse was an absolute miracle. That $11 bottle probably saved my life. It was an absolute miracle. I just wanted to share my story. I'm sorry for those of you who are offended by it. It's just what happened to me, and I hope that this can help to change somebody's life.